You said, hold on.
I did.
Hello.
One more time. We back again, family. They let us do it one more time.
Right. Oh, look at this. I told you to upgrade.
Man, look here.
So good people. Hi
Y'all just
everybody.
have no idea, man. This stuff be crazy over here. Okay, how you doing? How you did it?
I'm all right.
You all right? How you know you all right?
I'm alive. I'm breathing.
You alive? That's
Yeah.
cool.
I
I ain't
have
gonna fall
breath
off
in
the
my
edge of the earth.
body. Oh,
You know
God.
what I mean? That's what I was. Yeah. You did what?
I said I'm breathing. That's how I know.
Okay. Well, that's that.
Oh, cool.
That's a good day. Monologue, and what you
Yeah.
got?
No, it's a lot.
You got something.
Mm-mm.
You got to give us something.
Oh, that made you do all that?
Uh huh. Go ahead. You got something,
Uh,
and we know this.
People, places, and things have an expiration date,
Yes.
especially naturally. Like you can't just say, "Oh yeah, I have this amount of time with this person." Not true. You never know. So, and also you need to set healthy boundaries. People don't like that. When they don't like that, they react, and that's how you know you need to set boundaries. So there you go.
That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just because too much going on.
uh.
So much.
What would I say? I would say again. I'll say this one. Hey, what's going on, babe? I would say stand on not your truth. Okay. The truth doesn't change, good people.
Shall set you free.
Your truth can change. So let's say your perspective, let's say your reality, let's say your understanding. Because when you say your truth, that means you're going to stay true to what you are and it will not change.
Uh-huh.
So I would say when you say, that your truth thing, we should be careful with that because that could go a lot of different ways. I would say your truth should connect with your reality. If you're trying to um, be an Olympic track star, then you should be running 5 to 10 miles a day, or you should be running in groups of people who are in that culture, or at least if you by yourself doing 20 miles. But you should be around people who think like that. You should be doing those things that's conductive and productive to being, in that culture and doing that thing. A lot of times today, I see a lot of people. I do a lot of phone consults. I do a lot of business consultations. A lot of people are not realistic to how things work, how they're connected, and that they need to surround themselves with people who are doing those things because they're living their truth, and that it's connected to your experiences. So if you lack experience, that's something I think you should be very, very careful with your truth. That's my monologue. That's it.
Oh yeah. Ta-da. Okay. All right. It's gonna be short and sweet because obviously I keep me on it. And
Okay, it's gonna be short and sweet. Come on,
all right.
see what we got.
How did it feel to be in your early 20s as successful as you were? If you could go back,
In my
'cause you
early
had a lot
20s,
going on.
I did. I didn't even know. I didn't call it success. I didn't even look at it like
No.
that.
How did you
Oh,
feel? Not what was it?
oh. I felt like I was just working every day. I felt like I just had a job. I I think that everybody did what I did. I didn't think it was special.
You couldn't think that.
I did. I promise you, I did. I thought that, hey, everybody is in the real estate. Everybody got a restaurant. Everybody got a barbershop. Everybody, got a
How?
clothing line. Not just what I thought. I thought everybody was flying to New
So
York
how
getting
did you
clothes.
feel?
I just told you, I felt like
Oh.
everybody was doing it. I didn't feel like it
But
was
who else was
abnormal.
doing that?
Nobody. I'm just you
So how
asked
could
me.
you feel that way?
Because I never thought a lot of myself. I never thought that what I did was special. I never thought that. I just I try to be a regular guy because they tell me that's what I got to be. So nobody ever said, "Hey, no, it's not true." Most times,
Right. I was
people
like,
who were close to me didn't say, "Man, you doing it." People close to me in my family, they did. You ever hear the family say that? They never got off into that. They didn't like, oh, you doing this. They didn't. They didn't participate like that. So the people that was closest to me never really, indulged me like that. So it was kind of. I just thought I was a regular guy, but I felt like it was normal and everybody else was doing it. That's how I felt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How was your mental state then
Ooh.
and now?
Ooh. How was my mental state? What then compared to now, or just two different spaces? When
Then
was
and
it
now.
then? Back then, my mental space was
Slow and steady.
right.
Oh no, I was talking
It
about
was
that.
it was it was trying to provide for my family was my mental state. I didn't think about what I was doing. I thought about what needed to be done. I knew how to take care of you, your mom, your sister. It just that was really just paramount to me. Right, that was paramount just to need to take care of you, your mom, your sister. My mentality was, how can we take care of the family? How can we retire early, get enough land, get this big old house, and have everybody move on the same land, and we all just had it running around
Mm-hmm.
and at the same spot. That was my mentality then. So now, if you fast forward to today, it's still the same way. I still the same way, and I'm making the same strides to do the same thing today that I was doing in my 20s. So yeah, just from a more mature perspective. Yeah, that was a good one. Good
Okay.
question.
How did the divorce transition shape fatherhood for you?
The divorce. Hmm. How did it shape fatherhood? I think what it did do is it put me more in a position to where, because we had joint custody, right? We split it, right? So it was like 50-50. So you just have to do not everything. Like there's no buffer. There's nobody gonna do something extra. You just gonna be in that slot 24/7. So having daughters, my mentality was I felt like it was a lot of strain and stress as a man to deal with you, both of you young ladies. And I knew that I had to
Yeah.
impart the wisdom best I could and get in touch with that emotional side. So yeah, it was really about, hey, getting in touch with y'all. Mm-hmm.
So that's how it shaped it for you.
Yep. That's what. Yep.
Okay. So how does it feel to slowly slow down and actually enjoy the fruits of your labor? Don't answer right away because you gotta think about that. It's not a fair question. Go ahead.
Okay.
One more time. Just kidding.
No, no, no. I mean,
My kids.
you have helped me to see.
Put my foot down.
Yes, y'all, family. She put me in a position to where I got to smell the roses. Now I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to always just be worried about, go get it, go get it. What's the next move? What's the next deal? What business you gonna open up? How long it's gonna
Stress
take?
will probably
Yeah.
kill you faster.
Oh, no doubt. I stressed out the first time after the restaurant. I stressed out, and then I was taking the drug and whatever, and I was like, "Yo, I didn't. That's the only time I ever took pills, y'all, in my life, and I couldn't, I couldn't function like that.
Right.
I didn't even finish half the bottle, and I haven't taken a pill since. So that was
Oh, five,
no, before we left. So
two.
yeah, 0102, yeah, somewhere around in
I'm
there.
throwing stuff in the dark
Mm-hmm.
because I had no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that was it. I thought you were gonna go deeper into stuff, but
Well,
I
and now
see.
let's go back. So now let's go back. I can expound on because I didn't know how many. Okay, so then you also taught me we don't want. I go to core. Now I need to go to the core. So now you stripped me, broke me
No, no, no,
down.
no, no, no.
Now you want me to
I'm
go.
not saying. Okay, I
What
said
you
it.
trying to say? What you saying?
You can.
Okay, let's go back. I'm joking. Let's do it.
You can
Let's go
do
back.
both.
Okay, now I'm gonna go core.
Okay.
So let me see.
I
Okay,
would like for you to expound on your mental state.
my
I
mental
don't
state
think you.
then and now.
Yes.
Mentally, when I was in my 20s, it was everything that was in front of me, I was getting it. Like if I set that goal, I'm getting it. Everything that I put in front of me, I exceeded my own personal goal.
Mm-hmm.
And that was weird because I wasn't like calculated. I wasn't saying, hey,
Right.
I'm finna kick this 60-yard field goal. I thought it was maybe like 35.
Right.
So then after the game, they was like, hey, you know that was 65 yards. I was like, for real? Like I didn't know.
Right.
So each time I was doing something different, I thought that this was it. If I was doing the clothes, this is one gonna retire me. If I was doing the real estate, this is the deal that's gonna retire us. If I was doing the restaurant, we gonna have 20 of them. That was the mentality. Each thing was it, and that's being young. You know, it take time for that stuff to come to fruition. That's not something that you could rush. But I thought that that was it. That was my mentality. So then, you know, we had the Clipper Dome. You know, you inspired that. That was the first sports barbershop, good people in the United States. I started that back in 1993. It was registered and we opened in 94. But it was inspired by my daughter. So I was trying to figure out how can I take care of my family. I was making good money at this one barbershop. I had dropped out of college. So my family is real close, right? So in dropping out of college, I was trying to figure out what am I going to do to make money. I can't come back a loser because they're going to ride me like a cheap horse. That's off the top, right? So I had to come back and do so. So I'm looking around. I'm trying to figure out, you know, what am I going to do? I was at this one shop doing well. Then they wouldn't let me rent the booth. They wanted to keep me on commission because I was making them a lot of money. But I understood numbers early on. So they were getting like 30% of my take. And I could well afford my own building for what I was giving them every month. So I left. A couple of the barbers came with me, and I ran into another snag at another shop. I won't go into that. That was crazy. That was a bad move, y'all. So I went over to this very bad situation. And again, the struggle make you strong. You know, there's a silver lining, you know, to all your trials and tribulations. So I was actually, while I was in trouble, I was sitting across the street from the building that I purchased it where the Clipper Dome started at. So the Clipper Dome sparked like another 15 to 20 sports barbershops in the city of Detroit. And then that sparked like it's another sports barbershop wise, I think it's like 700 in the country right now, something like that. So that was inspired by you. That was in my 20s. Yeah. So
I'll
now,
probably
well,
feel that when I'm older. I don't feel that now.
but well, a lot of people don't know. Why don't you talk a little bit about like how you
That's
feel when
what
you see
I
it?
don't feel it. That's what I'm saying.
No,
It's
when you ride by, you feel
oh most
something.
most times
Yeah.
I flick the bird because it's like once again the big boys don't give credit where it's due,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like they just get to just do whatever. It's kind of just disrespectful. But I don't tell people because it's uh, like of course you were, of course that's what you're doing. It's just
Right, right.
I don't want to go into it, so I just don't
Mm-hmm.
tell people. And then when my dad finds out I don't tell people, he kind of feels some type of way because how he says it, he's like, "Oh, you didn't tell him," and I'll be like, "No, but you're going to, so go ahead."
Yeah, no. So no, really, I don't. I'm saying there is a context of a
It's just
conversation you were having.
weird.
So if you ride by and they'll say, "What's that?" and you don't say nothing, like they'll ride by the shop, one of the sports barbershops, and they'll be like, "What's that?" and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, my dad." See, that's when I'll say, "Why didn't you say something?"
Yeah, I
I don't just
don't.
want you going around just bringing that
Right, but
up. Yeah.
even when I have conversations with people about childhood and how their parents did this out of this, and I just don't bring it up because I don't. Most people don't know how to take me, so when I tell them something like that, it's like, of course. I don't want them to treat me any differently. I feel most people would treat me differently
Yeah. Oh,
if
you
they
know
found
that
out
they'll say they wouldn't,
exactly.
but they would.
So
Mhm.
I would rather just not say it because
Understood.
I'll
I
just
get
move
it.
in silence
I get
because it's
it.
like, yeah, I don't even want to have that conversation, and then it's like, oh well, why didn't y'all take it up? And it's just it's a rabbit hole that I don't feel like going through, so I just keep that to myself.
So okay.
But if it's a direct question, I'll answer it, but I'm not bringing it up. I don't ride by if I'm in a car with somebody and or they be like, "Oh man, I heard Sports Clip is doing da 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 this year," and I'll be like, "Oh, dang, that's what's up." And then I'll just have like a little moment to myself, like, oh, "That could have been this," but I just don't.
It was a brother.
It's weird. It's weird for me.
His name is Ty. He came. So again, you say, what's my mindset, right? I'm kicking a 70-yard field goal, and I thought it was 25. So he came. He said, DJ, I was closing. Good friend of mine. I'm in the shop. He said, man, you should franchise this out. I was like, man, ain't nobody gonna buy this franchise, man. Ain't nobody doing that.
Yeah.
But you can't see it, you know. That's why I take a fresh set of eyes sometimes. So like even when the news came out, WDIV Channel 4, they came and did the 5:15 and the 6 o'clock news live from the shop because it was the brand new concept. So they came out there. It was, they had the big old, I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, they had the vans with the big poles on them, big target, like 20, 30 feet high. So that was like the antenna. But now I'm sure they do it different. So everybody was, crowding around the shop from, it was on 7 Mile, and they were like, the other people from other businesses was coming, trying to get in. It was knocking on the door. So it was like a big deal. But for me, I was just trying to say, I need this advertisement so I could take care of my family. I didn't care about nothing about that.
Blew up.
Yeah, then right. So then everybody in the city started opening them up, and then it expanded over the country, right? So I did not know. I just thought it was a 25-yard field goal. That's all I thought. Did not know. But okay, here we go. 30 what?
Nope.
30 years later.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 years later.
10
oh my.
Years
later.
Just hit okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. It's because they did that before. So I don't didn't know. So now today my mentality is
I feel like
it. Well, I don't feel like it. What'd you say?
You feel like it. I feel like it.
What?
I feel like it. Like I feel like hypothetically fried chicken. I feel like going to the local bar.
Okay.
I feel like because most times I don't want to say you refrained from that.
Oh yeah, refrain. Absolutely.
Refrain from that.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I think you've, like I told you, I think you've put the work in. I think you should get to that point. And I'm not saying go overboard.
Right. I need to relax.
Gain a whole bunch of. I'm not saying that, but if you feel like something, get it. Or I've
been doing it.
Make it happen. Don't not do it because you just never know. Like
you're right. Tomorrow ain't promised. Now wait. I never thought that. I just lived like that. I never believed that I had a long time. I didn't believe that.
Yeah. So y'all, sometimes daughters, you have to put your foot down in a healthy way. Don't literally.
You can't disrespect, but we know when it's disrespect and when you're doing it out of love.
Hey.
Yeah.
You've done a lot. Like it's okay to do X, Y, and Z. Take a trip solo. Go to the spa. Whatever his thing is that he used to do.
Go golf, yeah.
You should push him to do that now. So, it'll probably take a while because he had to transition into it. He didn't just do it one day when I said it. Like he didn't just wake up and was like.
How long did it take you think?
To actually do it, I'm gonna say a good 3 to 4 months. To actually do it, I'm saying like to overall do it. Like you would do it, you like okay, that's too much. And then you would, go back and.
I see. I see what you're saying. I see.
I'm saying for you to do it
to just on a continuous basis. Yes. Okay, you're right. You're right.
You like, you'll tell me that I need to do X, Y, and Z, and then we'll do stuff as a family, and then you'll refrain from it, and then you be like, you know what? Here recently, I would say within the last month, you've done it,
regular,
consistently.
Mm-hmm.
So, right. Yeah, I can't complain on my end as a daughter. I'm just like. People like, well, man, I don't have to have it. Do you want it? If that's.
But if your whole life is dedicated to your family, you don't just turn it off.
I'm not asking you to turn it off.
No, I'm saying you
can't leave us here and leave the door open. That's not what I'm saying.
I need to. Shoot, y'all will be all right. Whoever come in and run back out, I bet you that.
Cool. But just you've not done it for so long, you can't keep doing it. You can't deprive your mind, your heart, and your soul of stuff that it desires. You just really can't do it. It's not healthy.
But it's all about you.
It's not all about me.
Got what I need. Y'all all I need. You're all I need.
But what I'm saying
to get by.
If you don't take care of you taught me this. If you don't take care of you can't keep taking.
I'm in the background.
No, don't be the background. Sounding real bad.
Okay.
But if
So
you
you don't like nothing I do.
if that's not true,
So,
if you don't take care of you, how are you gonna keep taking care of other people?
because when you
You'll be
happy,
like, Iman, you're
when you
outsource, 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 outsource. When are you gonna input, 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 input?
oh yeah, output, output,
And then I'd
output,
be
right?
like, but what are you doing? Right.
You can't do what I do
That's not what I'm saying.
until you do what I do.
And I don't.
Okay.
So I will stay in my innocence as long as possible. Ask anybody. I'll tell you in a heartbeat. I would
You
rather
have
be
been
in a
true to form.
I would rather be in a diaper
You
right now.
you are one of the first young people
I
who
would.
was smart.
Absolutely.
Because most people that left home when they was like 19, 18, whatever, when they was around 35, 40, when everybody get there, you say, man, I wish I could go back home and let mom and pop worry about this stuff, man. We all went there, but you never did that. You always said,
I've
hey,
attempted.
right.
And then I put my
You
one
was
foot
like,
out the
hey,
door and I'd be
right.
like,
It's cold
yeah,
out
that's
there.
not
Yeah, that ain't the smart move.
what I'm trying to do. And most people be like, well, why? I can't really go into it. They're not gonna understand it.
But I had a communal mindset all my life. To me, I'm like the ant. I don't think we should be separate. I think we're stronger together and we should build together. It's a lot of other cultures that do it, but in the African American community, we don't. We are individuals, and I don't think that individually we're strong as we could be. So I raised you to have a communal mindset. So it's not about we look at life different. It ain't about you getting a Benz or you having a house. It's about my lineage.
Right.
What are we going to lead the next generation and say my grandfather was here, your granddad passed it to me, and I'm passing this to your children, and so on and so forth. So when you're looking at life like that, that's a different mindset. You're gonna be the first generation, to have something,
Right.
maybe
To not
passed
worry.
down to you. Yeah, where you'll have a foothold up maybe. So that's a little bit different mentality.
Never heard that before. But okay.
What?
A foothold up. It was just
Yeah.
it just hit me. I was like,
Mhm.
what? Is that old
Yeah.
country thing?
Well, I wouldn't say country. I guess you would say that. So
I mean, yeah.
that was my
You don't really
mentality
hear people in the
from
city talk
20,
about that.
from 20 in my 20s, and then I said, like I gotten
I
older,
think now it's you've done the work.
right?
You are at peace
I still,
with what you've done.
yep,
Not, comma, that you're not gonna keep going.
right.
But as hard as you
Yeah, I'm not.
gone
That's over with. No,
is
hey y'all, I'm not going hard
out of the
anymore.
question.
It's not gonna happen. Listen, it's not doing
And I'm gonna be right next to him with a beer.
it. No, you not.
We not doing this today. Okay. The energy level, y'all, I don't know if y'all are feeling this in your family, but or in the world, because I've noticed people really are just starting to get very disrespectful in life. Period.
Oh, yeah.
Like not even just to you. Like driving. I remember I was driving to work. When people are in the wrong, I got flicked off because he was. I said,
yeah.
I really just had to put both
It's your
hands.
fault.
I put both hands on the steering wheel and said, it's not about me. He could have just left home, had an argument with his wife, or his kid had told him something. I don't know. I can't take it personally. So now I'm learning that I can't take things personally. Like, most girls are gonna think that this is weird, and you have to work up to this because it took me a while. I genuinely want people from my past or that I've dealt with on a serious tip, because to me it was serious. Obviously to him it wasn't, because if it was serious to them, the outcome would not have been what it was. Anyway, no shade at all. But when you, and I keep saying this on my social media, when you genuinely say I love somebody or I love you, you genuinely love that person. So if they're happy, then you're happy for them. Like here recently, I've had a couple of older situations post other ladies or do things that we talked about doing. And I like the post. I genuinely am happy for you. Now, it took me a while. I was not feeling like this at all times. Okay. Don't be, oh no, she lying. No, there were some times that I had a moment, the self-esteem issues, um the social media comparison, all that kind of stuff. That's real stuff. But when you break down the I love you phrase statement, it's very heavy, and I don't just say it to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And when people like I work with have worked with or whatever are just willy nilly with the "I love you" word, I don't play like that. That's something that I don't play with. So I just when like I tell my dad, you have to be at peace with what you've done. I have to be at peace with what I've done in all my situations. I put my best foot forward. It didn't work out. Boom. I did all like we talk about all the time. We left it on the field.
You got to try to, if you can. Like, you know, I'm gonna tell you something.
Left it on
People
the
say they
field.
don't have regrets, right? Some you want to try to live if you can,
Right.
to where you don't have regrets. But see, I don't do a lot anymore. So I remember I used to
In what aspect of your life? 'Cause-
like business. I don't
Okay, cool.
I don't do that no more.
I think it's
So
transferred to personal though. I
right,
think
absolutely,
like
absolutely.
you take
Oh
on
yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh,
heavy stuff.
okay.
So see,
You
so
right.
you still are doing it. It's just
You right.
you just shifted. It's
You
like
right. You right.
it's like a seesaw. You know? Well, I
So
won't
it
say
weighs
that.
the same. It's just a different area,
Yeah.
right? Okay, cool. I got you.
Yes.
But so you know,
Yes.
personally, because I love people like that, it's easier for me to
Do that.
the personal thing than the business part.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell you this, what so we can't go into specifics, but when you see me, like they don't know how many people I talk to, I consult with, I confer, how many people I have
I wish I could show y'all his phone records.
helped through
And
some situations.
right, as I'm saying, phone records.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Or honestly, life log.
Yeah.
If we had an outside camera,
Right.
you
It'd
wouldn't,
be-
but
yeah.
like it wouldn't make sense. You'd be like, that's
Like, why are these people?
that's strange.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I kind of disconnect because he was like, "Oh, that's such and such," and I'd be like,
Who?
it's
You
so
don't know.
many. I
You don't know nothing.
until he highlights it for me, like,
Yeah.
okay, this is important, and I'll stick with it because
The funny thing for me is when people, they from age 70 down to 17.
mm-hmm.
And it's funny that the people closest to me would never think to pick up the phone and reach out to me and call me with a situation.
Right.
But the people who don't know me, it's like, oh man, dude hit me again. Like, yo, my man, I don't get paid for this. Like, I don't make no money. I'm not charging you, man. It's just we having a conversation. The stuff work cool. That's what's up. I mean, but I think I'm to the point where I need to start saying, hey, yo, it's gonna be
boundaries.
Yeah, you gotta pay, man. That's a lot,
Boundaries.
It's a lot.
And last year, my dad put me in a situation where it was gonna be my life. Okay. And daughters, how close you are with your dads. But I went trusting because he told me, this gonna be a lot. You're about to make a decision. You're about to move forward with this, and this is gonna be your life. He didn't tell me. He knew what was gonna happen. To it
80%.
Not to the level that
right,
I knew.
Not, right, because
I'm thinking
I didn't see that coming.
I'm thinking we finna have a good time.
Right. And we did though.
Yeah.
It was just intense.
Yes.
It was very intense.
And so he was just like, and yes. I said, I was doing this, like it's time. Like he was like, no.
And you're gonna get some of this.
And then like he was just saying, like, you need every second of this because if you don't experience this, like this is gonna be you. And y'all, I kid you not, it was literally my future in 25 plus years.
Sure.
And it was, I don't know if you've ever sat in a situation and it all hits you at one time. And I was just sitting there like, this is wow. I had, because my dad asked me when we got back in the car, I was giving him like 4-word statements. I couldn't expound on anything because my head, y'all, was like on 2000. And so, yeah, and I had to set boundaries because that could not have been my life because there was no liquor store close enough.
You know how often I go through that?
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm telling you. Like, I go through that all the time.
Yeah. And I have
like that's a regular conversation.
To say no. or not right now. You know, hey, let's not do this. Or if you made a plan and you're not feeling it, it's okay to reschedule. Say you're not doing it or you're not up for it. It's okay. We're at a point in our relationship that well, I can't speak for you, but I know that you've done the work. I know that 99.9% of the situations in your life you've put it on the field.
Yeah.
I'll say yes. So, you have to
But
sit
again,
in that.
so when I tell brothers, it's levels to manhood. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to go into this. Now I'm gonna use manhood is on the top shelf. Okay, so put that up here, y'all, on the top shelf. Put manhood up here. All right.
Don't use the top shelf because
Don't do
that's
it.
dramatic for me.
Oh, so
I'm kidding.
if you get, when we was in elementary school, we was excited about going to middle school.
Right.
It's another level.
Yes.
Then we was in middle school.
They hyped it up.
Then we were excited about going to high school.
They hyped it up.
Then when we left high school, we was excited about going to college. Then when we went to college, oh, I got to get my grad degree. You was excited to get your master's. Then when you got your master's, oh, now I got to get my PhD. You was excited to get your PhD. There are levels. The same thing with manhood. Now we're gonna say women. Women don't put men in the same category. Every man is not equal. He is not. And you will learn this if you go to the club, if that's what you do, if you go to the church, if that's where you are, they don't treat the elders and the deacons and the pastors and the bishops like they do the usher. They do not. It is not the same.
Right.
There are levels. If you in the military, you got the private and you got the sergeant, and you got the staff sergeant, the lieutenant colonel, so on and so forth. There are levels. When I say manhood, you have to produce who we got.
I think that's Rand.
Okay, no, that's Rand. That's Rand. What's up, Rand?
Yeah.
There are levels to manhood. And so I think what we need to reestablish for our young people is when we say elders, everybody that's 50 or 60 is not mature and they are not wise. So now that we have people, what's going on, fam? So now that we have people, our young people observing the elders sometimes they still want to go to the club, they still want to be hip, they still want to be relevant. And it comes a time where you're supposed to be an elder. It's time out for that. And it's okay to show them every now and again that you used to have that step. You used to do that thing. If you playing basketball or dancing, that's cool.
Right.
But it can't be a lifestyle.
There's a time and a place for that.
Right. You need to, when you have grandchildren, you should be a grandparent. Like you're not supposed to still be doing everything a young person does.
Yeah.
Like we're supposed to be focusing, all right, let's see how we can keep the family tighter. We want to guide and direct our children with our grandchildren in a healthy manner. We got world current events in front of us. We need to sit them down and start talking and imparting that wisdom into our young minds instead of letting these different venues input into our children. So we got to be careful what they're taking in.
Yes.
So we got to have levels to manhood and womanhood. There are levels. Every man is not the same. Like every woman is not the same. Fellas, we know. You see a line full of ladies, they, if you going into the club or into the church, that's not the same. Everybody is not equal, and you know that.
And you're selecting.
Absolutely.
Hello. And you're literally you're picking them off like
right.
Vice versa.
There you go.
So it's and unfortunately there are a lot of ladies that say all men are the same.
Oh, no.
And anyone that knows me, I will correct you and say, no. You are talking about little boys, immature
young men,
or young men. You can't say
a dude or a thug.
Right.
And ain't nothing wrong with none of that.
At all.
Ain't nothing wrong with none of them positions.
At all.
But you need to know who they are, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can't put certain people in a category. Like I remember, I even told my dad this. I had a conversation. I was at work one night, and there was this young black man, and he said, "Oh, the statement was all black women are bitter." Now, knowing what I know, I could not use all my tools in that moment because it would have been very weird and people would have saw me differently, and it wasn't the time or place for that. But I had to correct him, and I said, those are the situations that you are selecting to be in, and you cannot make a blanket statement because one, that's not accurate. You literally there's all, like he said, there are definitions for men and women, like
Mm-hmm.
a little girl, adolescence.
Mm-hmm.
Like in psychology there
Mm-hmm.
are different groups: toddler,
That's right.
adolescence, elementary,
Teenager.
teenager,
Yeah.
young adult,
Yeah.
adult, that kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. So why, well, this is on a deeper level, people are blurring lines. So
Absolutely.
it's
There you
like
go. Come on.
so many gray
That's right.
areas
Come
now.
on.
Nothing is not in black
And white.
and white. Like
Yeah.
it's like saying we were watching
Something should be.
yes.
And the gray area is
Absolutely.
okay.
Yes.
Sometimes it's black and white.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was just
I also want to qualify and make sure that I'm being clear. All men and women are created equal in the human family. Okay. I'm talking about for our selection and title. That's what I'm
well,
saying. A doctor is not a surgeon. Okay.
but we
That's a
can't.
specific title.
I would not debate.
Okay.
I'll be devil's advocate.
Come on. Come on.
But I'm on your side. Cause I'm doing this for the people. Because people love
Anybody knows? Come on with it.
conflict. I might
Come
punch
on.
him in the eyelid. I'm
Right.
just kidding.
Hey, come on with
We can't be men and women can't be created equally, because if a shooter comes in
it.
any establishment, ain't no woman
jumping now.
I don't care if you
No.
well, okay.
No.
Let me not say okay.
No.
Majority of
99.9
of the women are not gonna jump in
they
front of a
ain't doing
bullet
it.
or stop the situation. Now,
They ain't gonna
there
do
are
it.
exceptions to the
Absolutely.
rule. Like, I'm not gonna give any names,
Yeah.
but I know specifically someone close to me in my life had the independent woman mindset on a daily basis. But when it was time for her car to get fixed, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, whatever, it was the innocent role. Oh, I don't know.
The damsel in distress.
I need help. I don't, I just need. It's awkward.
We call that working the skirt.
It's weird. It's awkward.
Yeah.
Because anyone in my life know, hey, you got that? Bet. Okay, cool. I'm going to stay over here and I'm going to let you do what you do. Because when stuff hits the fan, ladies, I guarantee you not stepping up.
Oh, no, you already know.
And then if your guy doesn't step up, you're going to look at him like, you didn't protect me.
Right. Or it's in the back of her head if she don't see
Right.
it.
So now, again, you're putting him in a category. So now you're like, well, okay, if it hits the fan again, he's going to do X, Y, and Z. So now there are categories. We just love to play this game. Is everyone is the same.
Everybody gets a trophy.
We're not.
Yeah.
We're not.
Everything is equal.
Because when it's time to pay the bill,
come on,
it's not equal. You looking at him like, I hope you got all of it.
When the car out of gas and it got to be pushed, somebody got to steer, somebody got to push. You know what it is. Quit playing.
Changing the tire. I'm not saying there are not women out here doing it. That's not what we're saying.
Because you know how to do it.
Absolutely.
But versus
I would rather him do it.
That's right.
If something needs to get done, I'd be like, hey, you got the tools for that?
But see, this conversation.
I'd rather you do that.
Like I said, we could bastardize a conversation. So it's intent.
Hi.
They take the context, they change the context of how you're trying to present something, and they put it to fit their narrative.
Yes.
Instead of asking you a question,
yes.
What do you mean when you say that? Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, but if they take the time to say, wait, what is that person's intent? What they trying to say? Because now I can change anything that you say. Now, if you say, hey, that's a nice outfit. Oh, sexual harassment. Right. Like, man, I made it. That's my name on there. Right. I made the outfit. Now I'm in jail because you ain't even asked me. Like, I'm the designer. I did that. Right. So now we just taking so many things and we stretching it, man. Until it ain't even, it's not even recognizable anymore. And it's just a general statement, man. We way too sensitive, man. We got to relax. We got to relax, y'all. Like, but I came up in a different time. So I think now you're going to move into let's be sensitive. Let's respect everybody at all times. Now you're not going to have genuine people anymore.
Right.
Because you can't say how you feel or move like you want to move because there's too many rules.
Right.
You are confined.
Or opinions.
Right. So now that's going to create a whole nother monster of disingenuous people.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't keep it real. You can't keep it 100
Right.
under these circumstances.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Right.
Yeah. So that was yeah.
We've done it again.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Said it was gonna be short and sweet.
Right.
Almost
And
an
then
hour in.
Yeah. So we can shut it down, yo.
Um.
And so hey yo, IG, YouTube. So IG, you can catch us at Clipper Dome Chronicles on YouTube, and on you can catch us from YouTube. You can catch me on IG Clipper Dome Inc. And you can catch Iman on IG at
Queen_Amyr AMYRE_. You know, get your daily fix of accountability.
That's what you get. You shoot them in the arm when you giving them pills.
And it's wild that people will say, "Oh, I'm listening. I'm ready. I'm on this journey."
Nah.
And I'll post a question.
Nah.
No one answers.
No.
But let me post a picture of my drinks or something, or like a throwback of me with my hair or something surface. And it's like I get hearts, I get comments, and it's like, what do you say? You say it's not
getting what you want. It's wanting it after you get it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So most people will say, we're probably gonna go deep, or I want a good man, I want a good woman, and it's like,
thanks, Ren.
Do you? Because do you know what that looks like?
No.
Do you know what that requires? And it's
okay. So
it's wild.
Most overweight people want to lose weight per their conversation. Most alcoholics want to stop drinking per their conversation.
Oh, keep saying.
Most people. Hey, what's going on?
It's not. What is it?
It's not getting what you want. It's wanting it after you get it. Getting what you want is usually not the problem. It's after you get it where you want it.
Yes.
So you remember that girl? She was so fine. You got her, and then you was like, yeah, you wanted that job.
Ain't worth the squeeze.
There you go. What you talking about? You don't know nothing. Then you got that job, and you was like, there's too many hours. I don't like the people here. So what we were saying, I was saying something. I was going on. I lost it. But thanks, Keith, for that. I was going with something. Oh, I forgot. Man, I was going somewhere. I forgot what I was saying. It was pretty good too. I like that. I just can't remember.
Boundaries, respect. Y'all, if y'all can remember, because
if somebody can remember what I was saying.
We're like in the thick of the conversation.
Right. So. Then I wanted to keep to I love when people chime in though, because listen, y'all help push the show. Please understand.
Absolutely.
What y'all thinking and saying. We can't hear it and see it like that. So we like. Did somebody say something?
He said thank you.
So we sitting here in real time, and when you in your car, you at home, and you kick back, you see it's different. So you can help us grow the show, and by giving us some comments or some questions. And help us push the show a little further. Or if we say something out of pocket, hey, listen, this is not above correction to hear. Okay, so please understand me. This is my channel on YouTube. This information and conversation comes from researched information. This is not my opinion. I'm telling you what people have taught me. I can back this up. I have 10 years of research, and I want somebody. If you have somebody that you respect, I would love to engage in dialogue and have a real casual conversation on percentages about how the average person thinks. Not me, not them, what the average person would say. I would love that. Yeah. I would love
or if you see this video, honestly, y'all, push it out, share, like, comment, ask your family how they think about it. And we're always open for open discussion. Contact us.
Always.
Because listen, we will travel. Okay.
Oh, no doubt.
And honestly, in people, I get the lighter tip of it, but he's created a monster, and he apologizes, but he really doesn't mean it.
I do. Oh no, yes I do.
No,
because I know she's in trouble, y'all.
No, because most times he'll laugh. Like I don't
even.
But
I can't stop it.
I'll finish.
What am I gonna do?
Can't even finish my scenario. What happened? And he'll like either finish my sentence or like laugh because he already knows what it is, and like. It could be something I'm fighting. Like, okay, on the show a couple times, I've said, oh, hey, I'm about to step out I'm about to do my thing. I'm gonna use the tools that he's giving me and utilize them. And like I said earlier, I'll put one foot out the door and I was like, it's cold outside. It's a lot warmer in here.
Right.
Let me just stay here. But we do appreciate the comments, y'all tuning in. Even if it's a question, like if you didn't hear something that already happened, or if you didn't hear anything, I wouldn't even click anything.
Okay,
You
right.
know how that works. So thank y'all for joining the show, because y'all, it's none of this is scripted.
No.
The only thing that I would say that we do before the show is he will ask me what direction we're going in. That's it.
That's
We
rare.
don't,
That
right,
ain't even no.
right,
That's hardly ever.
exactly. But I'm saying, most people are like, oh, well, there ain't no way y'all ain't never having no conversation. Listen, y'all,
Hardly ever.
this is not perfect.
Mm-mm.
I'm not perfect. There are things that I should be doing as a daughter that I'm not doing.
And likewise as a father.
So
No doubt.
this is not perfect. I don't
No.
want y'all to think that these are smiles, because I'll even I'll rewind the tape, because my dad did that a couple weeks ago. Rewind the tape. I'm gonna finish this thought and then I'm gonna do the comment. There was a time that seeds were planted
Mm-hmm.
and he was the monster, right?
Yes.
And now that I'm a grown woman, I was presented a whole bunch of information in real life situations in real time, and I'm like, I should have been on his team, because okay. So Keith said, okay, I'm sorry. What do you do when life/family pulls you so many directions that you want to just get away?
Mm.
I would have him ask that, because I
Okay.
haven't taken care of a family.
First,
So
Keith, you would have to understand your position in the family first, whatever that is, and then what is the situation. A lot of times, Keith, we have to answer to the questions that we have, but sometimes we get in the way. Like, and I'm gonna tell on myself, because I care so much about my family. I think that everybody wants help. And Keith, let me assure you, sir, sometimes they don't need your help. And we may be getting in the way, sir. Sometimes. I don't know the situation, but first I would say know your position in the family and understand the situation. And we usually, if we keep it simple, we have the answer. Usually,
okay.
without getting too much
So he
information.
asked a second tier question.
Okay.
Who do you turn to
Mm.
when
Oh my
you?
goodness.
Oh wait. Who do you turn to, and where do you get your own peace?
Okay, so I've been, when I tell you, bro, I've been blessed to be able to pick a professional clientele of men in my barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
I've sat in front of very wise counsel for 30 years, okay? Elders, bishops, preachers, teachers, geniuses, literally,
Yeah.
people who have been in Mensa, they are recognized. Fathers, grandfathers, thieves, drug dealers,
Hello.
any walk of life a man then walk. I've had them sitting in my barbershop and I have learned the good and the bad from them. Okay. So my information is coming from my research, and that's where I get a lot of things that I stand on and my truths from, and that's coming from tested resources, empirical evidence. Okay. So now my piece comes from my family. My piece comes from my art. I'm an artist. I work with wood, steel, and clay. I'm a sculptor. My piece comes from nature.
Mm-hmm.
I like to sit out and just listen to birds, man. And the funny thing is, I don't even
Listen,
like
not be
right.
around.
I don't like birds, y'all. It's fine. Don't ask me.
Listen, but not
Don't
be
ask
around.
me. I got a phobia, man. Like I guess too much, y'all. She laughing because she know when they was little, right? We used to take them out to feed the birds,
It's
man.
not funny, but
So,
if you see him in real time, okay, go ahead. I'm
so
sorry.
yeah, let me get off that because that's y'all to laugh, man. We gotta be a whole nother show, man. But my piece comes from my family. My piece comes from my art. And really, man, just keeping it simple. Not Keith. I did all that,
Yeah.
promoting parties, throwing
In
parties,
the club,
having
traveling.
500 people at my picnics. I had my restaurant and my barbershop. I used to throw a big old thing every year. We had like 300 or 400 people. We had like 2 miles of classic cars.
Shout out to everybody that came.
No doubt, man. All of that stuff,
awesome.
man. Yeah. So that's where my piece comes from, and that's where I get my. That's why I get my cup filled and release my cup. Empty. Excuse me.
So I'm a millennial, and you're a millennial. I would just say, and I've told guys that I've dated, men in my life, you've heard this before because I've told you this personally. I think what we are missing is we don't talk to people that have been there, done that.
Mm.
We have so much information in our hands that we
Mm.
think that we know it,
Mm.
but like we talk on the show, you cannot give people your experience. Okay. So if you have, and I cannot stress this enough, ladies and gentlemen, if you have men and women in your life that have been there or you can talk to them. Like I have a very close friend that is an older lady, several older women in my life that I confide in, and we talk and we have conversations because I can't talk to, no discount to my friends, but certain stuff, there are things that my friends and I can't have a conversation about because we have not gotten to that point. We can't say what we shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I want to talk to someone that has actually been there. So if you have an older uncle or you have an older guy friend that you talk to, or you have, just ask the questions. And so it could start with like you just asked my dad, like start small. And then if you want to go into the deeper stuff and you build that trust and that confidence and those boundaries or whatever you need to have those conversations, then you do that. I think that's what we're missing. We don't, there's no, there's too much advice,
Mm.
but we're not getting advised.
And there's no experience behind it. There you go. That's dope.
I gotta write that
No, that's
down
dope.
because
No, that's dope.
I just
You
said
should
something
write that
and I'm
down.
gonna post that
You
and
should write
everybody
that
gonna look
down.
at it and be like,
No, you should write that
"What?"
down and explain that too.
Yup.
So, Keith, I would say
Come on
this.
now. Okay.
I would say this to all my young people. That's like if you, I don't know, Keith is about how old?
30 for sure.
30. So say Keith, you 30. If you get somebody 15 years younger than you, say a 15-year-old, and you're talking about life, this is the smartest 15-year-old known to mankind. This is the smartest academic 15-year-old on the face of the earth. Keith, when you're talking about life, money, women, family, what could that 15-year-old teach you about those situations?
Uh-huh.
And it has nothing to do with the intellect of that young man or that young lady, however that case that may be. It's about experience, it's not about knowledge. Knowledge will hardly ever trump experience. Now I'm saying we didn't have Google when I came up. Y'all can use Google, okay?
Instantly.
You can have information, but now you have to know where to put it, okay? You can take, I could tell you, hey, how to start a business. I've been in business all my life. I've never had a job, okay? So I can teach you, I can consult with you, I can tell you, okay, I can tell you how to run a business. It's second nature to me. A lot of people are here trying to start businesses. I'm telling you what you don't know. I don't want to talk about what you know because you can Google it. But Google doesn't tell you everything. Google is not going to tell you how to get a tax professional that you can trust. Every accountant is not trustworthy. You can go to jail by having the wrong accountant.
That's
You
why
see?
that you said that, because Steve Harvey was just talking on the podcast that he was paying this tax
Yes.
attorney or whatever they
Yeah.
were, and they were just cashing the checks but wouldn't turn in
Yeah.
his taxes
Right.
in. So the IRS was
Come
like,
on. Man, what you talking about?
we know what you got, but you ain't sending it to us.
That's right.
So
And that ain't on them. So Keith, what I'm saying is, opening up a business is not just about, I'm consulting with some people right now, okay? And they're focusing on the wrong things, okay? You need to understand that I can call you, patronize your business, flood your business with too much business and destroy you. You hear me? I can give you too much business and destroy your business. Now, see, nobody ever taught you that. I'm telling you what you don't know. The internet is beautiful. Do you know what still today is the best form of advertisement? Right now, today, is word of mouth. That's today. I have a degree in marketing. I've been in business all my life. My wife, bless her soul, had her business, right? She just so y'all listen.
How long she had it?
3 years. Bless her soul, right? She doing her thing, y'all. She just swore she had it squared away, right? Then she met me, so I'm sitting
She
back
real
watching.
savvy.
I'm laughing, right? I'm like,
I'm
okay,
sorry that I exposed you to that, and I couldn't save you. I'm sorry.
okay. So check it out.
I'm sorry.
So she was like, I gotta get a website. I gotta get a website. I need a website. I was like, So I'm trying to slow roll her. Y'all, I'm going old school, right? I ain't really beating her over the head with the knowledge. I'm just
But
like,
then he
well,
does,
can I tell the story, please,
like he
ma'am?
always
Can
does.
I tell the story? I'm telling the story. So listen, I'm telling y'all, she cracking up. She probably crying tears right now.
Probably.
So she kept saying, I need a website, I need a website. So I was like, no, not really. I said, word of mouth is still, the referrals is still, she did. And I ain't trying to be funny, y'all. She cleans well. Like she cleaned too good. And when I say that,
Yeah.
she can't make no money because she take too long. She wiping the paint off the wall. You know what I mean? So she had people that we knew. She had, using her business. She was cleaning the house. And they was like, how she make money? I said, what you mean? They said she cleaned too good. Like she is up in here like doing it, right? So what she found out was her referrals from her work. She got more referrals when I told her to get rid of the website. Her business grew in like 2-3 weeks just from people referring her. So she just said, hey, if you know somebody, I give a little discount, you tell them. Then so everybody started calling. They started calling. So it was what she didn't know. That doesn't mean she wasn't a good businesswoman. That doesn't mean she had bad business. I was just teaching her what she did not know, and it was free just because she listened. That's it. So the website, of course, that could cost you $1,000 a month, $200 a month, say whatever, however you got that set up.
But
So yeah,
unfortunately, people need that now. They
yeah.
need your credentials. Like
Well,
they
okay,
need you to be in the loop.
okay. So I'll tell you.
I'm saying I'm being devil's advocate
Right.
right now.
So I'll tell you.
People are like, oh well, what's your website?
Yeah, y'all. Okay.
You gonna pay for
So
it?
let me try like this. Let me try like this. Let me try like this.
What?
If you ever get into services or sales, okay, I'll tell you. Check it out. I'll tell you this. Um, when you are into services or sales, you want to get into something that you want to service something or sell something that people buy. Don't sell or service something people you have to sell to them. When people are already buying something, you don't have to sell it. If you have to sell it once, you're going to have to sell it again. Now, you notice we don't see a lot of, let's say, something that might not be kosher. These drugs are not over the counter and they are not legal. You don't see illegal drug commercials, but they selling every day because people buying them. So I'm just using that for an example. I'm not telling nobody, by no means, to go and do nothing illegal. I'm just telling you, how is something selling without a website, without a business card, without advertisement? How are they doing this? So whenever you go into business, legitimate business, go into something that people are going to buy and not something you have to sell. That's rule number one. Okay. So if you're going into marketing or sales or service, get into something that people are going to buy from you, then you don't have to sell it. So let's say if you get a website, they can click, click, keep clicking every month, every week, and you still making money and they're getting their services or they're getting their product. That's what you want to see. That's business 101, y'all. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give a shout out, and I'm gonna probably send this to them at some point.
Okay.
Shout out to Slim and Huskies.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Listen,
dope.
Y'all. I know that y'all are a thing, but people literally crave y'all are a thing.
It's a culture. Now.
Y'all are
a culture
thing.
And we heard them on a huge platform.
Yes. And I remember, and this was, and I cannot take this away from y'all at all. The culture that you have built, the environment that you have built, and the people when they talk to the employees, I just got off work and whatever. Y'all have heard this 1,000 times, but y'all legit have such an impact. And I just want to give y'all a shout out because every time I see y'all, I know I kind of speak life into y'all individually in your own little way. But I want y'all to know that in this house, to him, to me, to my family, like y'all are huge. I wasn't there in the beginning, but I was there when I was right there at the curb. And to this day, if people ask me what they should do in Nashville and I don't even know them, I
Oh yeah, it's
always
man,
mention y'all.
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
and all of them are fathers. So shout out to y'all being strong Black fathers out here doing your thing. I'll have to send y'all this little clip because I know you're not gonna watch the whole thing.
yeah, yeah.
But
No, don't. Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
have to just send you this part because like shout out to y'all. Like literally every single time when I talk about y'all or y'all, I see y'all. I get it, and I want to thank y'all because we had a whole conversation earlier. Like y'all
oh
are
yeah,
doing it. Oh,
oh yeah.
now I'm
Now
getting
we, yeah,
cussed.
you now you doing it. Okay, we want y'all to take this. We want you to test this. We want you to try this. Take it to the barbershop or take it to the hair salon. Take it to the job or take it to the church. Remember, you don't have to like it, believe it, or understand it. Sometimes you just have to respect it. This is the Clipper Dome Chronicles. Thank you.